This episode is brought to you by Michigan Economic Development Corporation. In Michigan, you can have both a rewarding career and a quality lifestyle, with plentiful career opportunities in world-changing, innovating industries, from electric vehicles to clean energy to biotech, with room for advancement no matter where you are in your career. Plus, Michigan offers a welcoming, beautiful, affordable, and inclusive community for all. Live your best life. You can in Michigan. Visit themichiganlife.org.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, man, the stuff that happened at the White House. What? That was crazy. That was some crazy stuff. Like, this is like uploaded like long. I know this is gonna be uploaded long after those events, but man. So it's 1 a.m. right now. It's a day after everything just went down. That was crazy. I've never, ever in my life have seen something like that. But just overall seeing how so many people, just all the different people reacting to it, like from family to friends to people that I follow, like everybody, because one of my friends, she's a Trump supporter, and she had nothing to say about the situation. I know people are about like, bro, how are you friends with a Trump supporter? Look, this is somebody that I've known since I was 10 years old. We've had nothing but respect for each other. Like, our political views is our political views. I don't support Trump. She supports Trump. I'm like, hey, look, if that's what you want to do in life, you could very well do that. I'm not going to look at you. I'm not going to look at you with anger. I'm not going to yell at you. I ain't going to treat you differently. You know, like, if I see you in public, I'm going to smile, probably give you a hug, dab you up. If you don't want to give me a hug, I don't know. But yeah, I'm like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I still have respect for people, even if we don't share the same views on stuff. But yeah, she didn't say anything. It was just funny because it was her and it was a bunch of other people that she wasn't like with it, but I don't know if she was against it, but she just hadn't said anything, so I can't really make no assumptions. But I just remember how when all that protesting was going on, just all across the world, but I know like the protesting really got bad. I actually, you know what? Not even in Seattle. It got bad in a lot of different places. But when that protesting went down for Black Lives Matter after them cops had killed George Floyd, it was, I remember I was talking on that, and there were so many people that I went to school with that was like, oh, you're wrong for saying that they should protest and all this other stuff. And overall, like, agreeing with what Trump says, just for Trump months later to pretty much start up a riot. Like, what else did that man do? Like, overall, okay, if you lost the votes or if the votes was rigged or any of this other stuff, like, okay, it was rigged. It was messed up. But for you to tell your supporters, knowing they're going to listen to you, knowing they're going to follow everything that you say, for you to tell your supporters to go storm the White House, and when they went to, bro, it's like, that is some hypocritical stuff for you to get on Black Lives, like the peaceful protesting. You was getting on the peaceful protesting, calling them, I'm all like, now the looting and all of that stuff, I wasn't with it. I was not with that at all, because I know in Seattle, bro, it was like the area that I worked in, every store in that area was pretty much looted. I remember Old Navy had got looted. What was that? Nordstrom's, it got looted. What other stores? It was like every store in the area. A cop car was set on fire. Like it was crazy. This jewelry store had got looted. It was a bunch of, so I remember Nike, there was the only store that didn't get looted. I like Nike because they had like these big Samoan looking dudes surrounding that store, like, you ain't gonna do that here. Like, that is definitely not gonna happen right here. So that's why I was like, one thing I did like about Nike. They was like, Nike said, look, we're gonna get us some security. But other than that, it was like any other store. I remember there was this other store kind of like maybe a few doors down from Nike. It got looted. But it was crazy out here in Seattle. It was crazy all over. And what did Trump do? Trump, he goes all across social media, goes all over the place talking about, oh, how wrong it is, how we're thugs. And for his supporters, they're special people and he loves them. That's what he said about his supporters, or looting, or not loot. Well, I think they did take some things from the White House, because they were like walking, carrying around stuff. But either way, you started that. And for you to get on every person, and you're doing this because you think the votes is rigged. You're doing this because you lost an election. You lost for the first time in your life. And here it was, there was black people all across the world losing their friends, family, loved ones. And for that, it's wrong to protest. For that, it's wrong to stand up and talk, and speak up for yourself. It's wrong to, overall fight against what's going on against black Americans. But when it's you, oh, it's no problem. We're not going to think back on what happened back then. No, we're thinking about what's going on now. What makes yesterday's events, what's different from that than the Black Lives Matter protesting that was going on last year? What's different? Overall looting, rioting, protesting, all of that stuff happened yesterday. All of that same stuff happened during the Black Lives Matter protesting that went on last year. But what's different about it? Like, what to some people out there, they might see it as that, oh, it's, because as I see it, Trump is doing this for himself. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about his supporters. Because a woman was shot and killed. I think they said 4 other people was killed too during yesterday's events. I think I read online, though, that there was like medical emergencies or something like that. So I don't know if it was anything connected. But this woman had went to the White House. She made this tweet out saying like, oh, we're going to stop at nothing to pretty much get what we want and things. Goes there to get shot and killed. So I'm like, and that's honestly though, I'm like, it's sad that she died. Don't get me wrong on that. It is very, very sad that she died, and I wish I wish yesterday's events. I keep wanting to say today. I should have did this yesterday, but yeah, I wish yesterday's events never did happen, because that woman would still be alive today. Like, to think that, she said her final words to her family, to her friends, and now, she's dead. I'm like, that's sad. But at the same time, you brought that on yourself. Like, we were out protesting because black people was already getting shot and killed. So we were protesting for that stuff to stop. But this lady, on the other hand, you went there because you listened to some guy, Donald Trump, that doesn't give a damn about you. He doesn't care about any of his supporters. He doesn't care for any of people that support, from his supporters that raided the White House, from any of his friends to any of his family. Trump only cares about himself. He does not care about anybody else around him. He only cares about himself. How come you don't ever see him saying things about his wife or his kids? How come he wasn't carrying on like how Barack Obama was carrying on when he was in the White House? Barack Obama, I'm like, he was like pretty much like man of the year when he was in office. I mean, he was in, he was in office for 4 years, but like one of those years he had to be man of the year. But he's somebody that you looked up to. He was somebody where it was like, man, I would love to be like him when I'm older, But Trump, on the other hand, like, really, it would be a brainwashed kid that would say some stuff like that about Trump, that he wants to be like Trump when he gets older. Because I'm like, no, you do not. If I was a kid and I seen all this stuff happening, I would want to stay far away from the path as Donald Trump. I wouldn't even, nah, man. I'm telling you right now. I'm glad. I'm kind of happy that I don't have kids right now, because I would look at my kids, I would sit down, I would still be talking to them from all the way when these events had happened all the way up until right now, saying you do not want to be like Trump. I will give them a whole classroom lesson on why you do not want to be Trump now or at any given point in time of his life. Because Trump, as I see it, he doesn't know how it is to be a hard worker. You know, he doesn't understand how it feels to believe in something. You know, the only thing he believes in, and there ain't no problem with that. I encourage everybody to believe in themselves. But when it comes to stuff like this, when you're running a whole country, that's when you're going to have to, you can't be too into yourself. You know, you are going to have to do things for what's best for people. And he's not doing what's best. He hasn't done anything good for anybody. He's getting his, like, he's made this country so divided where I will look at a Trump supporter and I'm like, I see them as a Trump supporter. I don't see them as a person. And it's sad that it's like that. It's sad that I can see the division between myself and a Trump supporter. That's some sad stuff. Like, before, I seen everybody as one. I seen everybody. I'm like, yo, you cool, you cool, you cool. Like, you couldn't tell, like, who was who and stuff. You know, because a lot of racist people in the world, they were silent. They were just, like, you know, internet racist people. But as soon as Trump got into office, as soon as he had a platform to speak his mind, to overall show his true colors, this country became so divided. So divided. And to all of my friends, shout out to all of my friends that was like, bruh, that's been like agreeing with everything that I've said, you know, like throughout Trump's his reign in office. Like, there was cause all day yesterday, well, maybe not all day yesterday, but a good portion of the day, I was talking to one of my friends about like everything that was going down at the White House, because I was sharing memes, I was making memes, I was sharing a bunch of stuff. Shout out to Dama's Live News, because I know I shared a few of his stuff. But anybody that I did like share their post or something, shout out to you guys. But I was talking to one of my friends about the situation that was going on at the White House. And we were like, to see, like, this is a friend that, you know, we hadn't never really talked on this stuff before. Like, we supported each other on, like, especially when the Black Lives Matter protesting was going on last year after George Floyd's death. We were like, you know, we would like each other's things. I think we talked on some things, but I really, like, gained a lot of respect for this. Like, if the respect wasn't all the way there, it definitely was there yesterday when we were talking about this, because it was something I'm like, you know, you don't really see too many people like go out of your way to support what you say, especially on stuff like this. Because I've had it, I mean, like, you know, like, if they support it, they support it. If they laugh about your memes, they laugh about your memes. She went out of her way to like message me and talk about how like this stuff that was going on at the White House was just wrong and crazy, you know? And so I'm like, that's somebody, I'm like, you know, that's, you cool with me, because you understand like what I'm saying. You understand how this protest thing that's going on today is not different. You know, it in a way it is different, because it's only a bunch of dumb people raiding the White House, knowing that they can get in trouble. I hope, like, honestly, because they were all like, Trump, I don't think Trump, his Twitter account, anything happened to it. Hold on for a second. Donald Trump. Let's see. Well, there's tweets that's no longer available of his. But, oh, they even took down that video. I think they did take down that video that he posted, because he posted a video saying, I love you guys. You are, like, good people or something like that. He said something about them. And I was like, man, shut up. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Just shut up. Like, you... Yup, that tweet, it got taken down. Shout out to Twitter, man. Twitter, they really came through. Twitter was all like, you ain't gonna be doing that here. You is not gonna be doing that on our platform. Twitter, for those that don't use Twitter, Twitter is a platform where you can literally post just about anything on there. And Trump, he figures like, oh, I can post wherever I want to post. Maybe he posts stuff on Instagram, or posted that video on Instagram. Definitely, it'll probably be like on YouTube or something, but they might have taken it down on Instagram too. Oh, yup. There's like comments on this post have been limited. Did he do that himself, or did Instagram do that? I'm curious, but anyways, he goes on to say, so he did make a post on Instagram saying, I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful, no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. Well, how did that go, Trump? Like, you're saying that now after the damage has already been done. Like, okay, nobody's not going to care. They've raided the White House. They've shown that power that they have. So, really, like, what did you overall do or say? Like, there wasn't nothing that you changed. There wasn't nothing accomplished. Like, you just seen how dumb your supporters can be. Now, if the cops that was there, the Secret Service, all them people. Now, let's say if that one woman that was shot and killed, let's say if that was like hundreds of people. You know, overall, like that woman's death, that's on Trump's hands. 100%. That is on Trump's hands. He's going to have to live with the fact that you started up this riot at the White House and got a woman killed. If you would just shut up and stop posting things on social media, nobody would have gotten killed. But imagine if, and honestly, what I think, because I know a lot of people are like talking on that, like, why didn't the police officers do anything? And I know a lot of people are saying that, oh, it's because it's white people, it's this, that. And I honestly believe, this is just what I believe. I believe that Trump told them not to do anything. He told them to pretty much what he told his Proud Boys: stand down and stand by. Don't shoot, don't kill, don't do anything. They're just there to protest, all right? Leave them alone. These are my orders. Follow them. Because if those guys, if the cops, police officers, whoever, if they would have done something, and after like Trump told them not to, or after just trying to make it seem like that this was some sort of quote unquote peaceful protest, which it wasn't, Trump would have definitely got those cops, whoever it was that was protecting the White House, he definitely would have got those guys in trouble. Like, I know that for a fact. Like, I have a strange feeling that Trump, he was behind the cops not doing anything yesterday at the White House. So that's, I'm like, yeah, I can't be mad at the cops, because I'm like, it wasn't even really their fault. It wasn't like this was, so the thing is, with the difference between the Black Lives Matter protesting and the protests that happened at the White House yesterday, Black Lives Matter protesting, that was like started because we all came together as one, and we protested to wherever we need to protest, but we wasn't told by no leader. Like, it wasn't Barack Obama or Colin Kaepernick or LeBron James. It wasn't one of these black leaders that came out on social media saying, hey, go to this area and protest. No, we all came together as one, and we went to this area and we protested for our lives. So that's the difference. That's that. Now, the protesting that happened yesterday at the White House, that was Trump. That was all Trump. That was Trump telling his supporters, because he knows that they would listen to him. To me, that is simple internet tactics. For an example, a content creator can make a video, because I've been in situations like this before. A content creator will make a hate video towards somebody that they don't like. Let's say if PewDiePie made a video about me, and he said, he was just like, I hate this guy, go raid his channel. Do you think that his followers is going to be like, you know what? No, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing that today. Nah, that's not me. No, PewDiePie has hardcore, die-hard fans. Of course, my channel will be obliterated. Is that the word? Obliterated. Yeah, whatever. But it would be destroyed. My channel would be destroyed. I would have accumulated a lot of views. But overall, I wouldn't have no YouTube career. I mean, I would. I think I would just be confused on the situation. Like, what did I do, PewDiePie? Like, wait a minute. What? But no, but that's simple internet tactics. You have a following. You have a big following on top of that. Donald Trump, how many followers he has? He has 24 million followers on Instagram. And on Twitter, he has, I think it was like 54 million? 88. No, he has 88 million followers. I'm like, bro, it's crazy that some of the people that I follow follows Trump. And I'm like, I don't think you guys should continue following him. Like, I think it should get to a point in time where y'all just press that unfollow button. Maybe they just following him to just see what dumb stuff he posts. I don't know. Me, I can't follow a person to see what dumb things they post. I'm like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, overall, it's like he has a following. So that's why what happened at the White House, why that's what happens. Like, when you have a following, like, chances are, like, if I were to have, like, a big following and I told, but it's simple internet tactics. Like, when you tell your followers, I'm going to be at this area or go to this area, they're going to go there. They're going to be like, okay, well, the king, the god, however I refer to this person or however I see this person, they have spoken. I remember it was this content creator. He was, I don't know if he still does live out here in Washington State, but when he did, he told all of his fans to meet him at the South Center Mall. He goes to the South Center Mall. There's all of these fans sitting there waiting for him. And he gets there. He starts panicking, realized that it was too much. He leaves. And then next thing you know, it was like you see just all these people just running down the mall and stuff. And I remember they shut the mall down because they thought a shooting had happened. They was like, yo, what's going on? What's up with all these people running? And it was all because of this content creator. So I'm saying, like, that's what happens when you tell your followers to go somewhere. So that's why I'm like, yo, my thing is, as a content creator, and that's something that I've always spoke on, is that I don't want you guys to see me as a king. I don't want you guys to see me as a god. I don't want you guys to listen to everything that I say or follow in my footsteps or any of that stuff. Be your own person. Be your own person. Do not be like, be a follower of me. Support what I got going on in life. You know, do what you can, but don't treat me as if I'm like Jesus or something. No, like, treat me as if I'm just another random person that you just walked past down the street. Like, hey, nice shoes. Like, you know, just like have like like, that's it. That's all that I ask for. You know, that's all that I ask for. So I'm like, you know, that's it. I'm all like, if we cool, we cool. But like, other than that, yeah, I don't condone how when they act like that. It's not one of those things I'd see too highly of. I'm sorry, but I'm just like, I can't condone that. So yeah, if you're one of those people, I'm like, yo, just like, at least with me, just, you know, treat me like a friend. You know, just like, if you can't just be that person who's like, hey, nice shoes, and keep it walking, then just treat me as if I'm like a friend of yours that you hadn't seen. Like, you know, like, just be cool and stuff. But Trump's followers, nah, they see him as a king or a god, and I'm like, you guys need a reality check. This man ain't did absolutely nothing for you besides put your guys' lives in danger. Throughout the 4 years that he's been in office, you can look a Trump now. When you look a Trump supporter in the face, like, now that you know who they are, you've put a lot of his he's put a lot of his followers in danger. Like, honestly, I would be scared to be a Trump supporter if I was. I wouldn't. I remember there was a time when I was at this mall in Washington, and not DC State, Washington State. It was like this mall, kind of like, it was like an outdoor mall outside of Seattle, but I can't even think of the name of it. But anyways, a Trump supporter had held the door open for me and my family. One of the most bizarrest things ever. It sounds like it should be a dream or something, but no, me and my, so it was me, my cousins, my sister, and my mom, and we were all like out at this like place eating and stuff back when we can go out and eat at places and things. Man, I miss those days. But anyways, but no, when we were like getting ready to leave and go walk around the mall a little bit more, this Trump supporter, and my family didn't know this, but I was like, you know, my thing is, every time when a person holds the door open for me and they do some nice stuff, I like to, like, you know, give them direct eye contact. But as I'm looking him in his eyes, I look up at his hat and it says Trump. I think it might have said 2020 or 2016, I don't know. But overall, it was a Trump hat, and he was a Trump supporter. But I still smiled. I nodded my head at him, but I made sure I looked at my family and said, hey, that guy that held the door open for us, he was wearing a Trump hat. So y'all said thank you to a Trump supporter. I don't know why. I was like, I found it funny. But I was like, I couldn't be mad. I'm not that type of person where I'm all like, if I see a Trump supporter out in public, because I'm like, guaranteed, I've walked past like numerous Trump supporters and people that voted for Trump and all of that. And I have friends. That are Trump supporters. I don't care. I'm not really a political person. I had to say I didn't really start getting into politics until like last year. Like I wasn't even really into politics when Trump had ran for office the first time in 2015, 2016. And I was like, it wasn't something that I really cared for. But then you see like the control that he has and just overall the power. And it's like, wow, all right, so I think now I need to start getting into politics and, understanding this stuff a little bit more. Because I'm like, yo, this is some wild stuff. But yeah, I'm like, man, it was crazy, like what he overall did. And I'm like, wow. That's y'all president. That ain't my president. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Or if you are viewing it on YouTube, if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for some more episodes. Check out my merch store. Subscribe to all my YouTube channels. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.